And what an opportunity for one Viktor Arvidsson. Arvidsson moved up to the top line to play with Connor McDavid and Zach Hyman. I felt like this was a bit of an interesting comment towards Jeff Skinner, who we'll get more on in a second, but that would have been the spot to play Jeff Skinner if you ever wanted to give him potentially another look, right?
Yeah, I think you're right. Knobloch said a couple of things in his postgame that were interesting. The first one was on Arvidsson. We'll start. He said he's a top 6 player, like he's played there his whole career, which also works for Jeff Skinner as well.
Yeah.
And then there was a quote that went out last night, and I think it was taken a bit out of context.
I agree.
They were asked, it was actually Preston Hodgkinson. How do you say his last name? Sir?
Hodgkinson.
My apologies, Preston. He asked the question, like, what does Jeff Skinner need to do? And Knobloch said, he needs to play good hockey. And then he followed it up immediately with saying, like, he played well tonight. Him, Ryan, and Perry were in the offensive zone a lot. It felt like every time they went on the ice, they were able to sustain that pressure, and they had good games. And that was kind of it. But I'm just kind of over it. Like, I'm over the Jeff Skinner conversation a little bit. I think it just kind of is what it is right now. And I 100%, I'm not saying, like, it's just is what it is, and, like, we don't need to experiment with him up the lineup. But, like, who would you push down? I know there was the opportunity to give him that for
That's what I mean, though, right? Because I would have agreed with you before.
Yeah,
this was the clear-cut chance. If Chris Knobloch believed in him at all, you put him there over the guy who just returned a game ago.
So then, what would that have been? So Yaremchuk obviously went up to the third line.
Yeah.
Arvidsson went up to the top line. But then you leave your centerman spot open, I guess, or you keep Yaremchuk on the fourth line.
Derek Ryan, right? Because you get that intro guy.
Yeah, I don't know. I just think this was a good spot before the break to also just like let Arvidsson get his feet underneath him, because we spoke about it a little bit going into the weekend of if you can blow out a San Jose, which did not happen, you can give Arvidsson maybe like 4 or 5 more shifts to get back up to speed. Obviously, that didn't happen. So it's like, hey, one game before the Christmas break. If it doesn't work, maybe that's when they flip Skinner. But like, I think Skinner will earn his way up the lineup. I don't know when, but I think I've grown a bit more patience after what we saw with Connor Brown a bit last year. You know what I mean?
And that is a decent comparison to make, because, again, if you would have told an Oilers fan 12 months ago today, oh, hey, Connor Brown's going to be back next year, they would have called you crazy.
I know, yeah.
So, yeah, I think that is a decent point. Like, it's a long, long season.
Yeah.
We are not at the halfway point of the regular season yet. Never mind the part of the year that actually does matter for the Edmonton Oilers in the playoffs. So, again, we can talk about trade bait, blah, blah, blah. Yes, I understand frustration. I'm just as frustrated with the Jeff Skinner thing. But I do think, Liam, you're right. A little bit of patience here.
Yeah.
Also, this is why Chris Knobloch coaches the team, because who opens the scoring for the Edmonton Oilers? It's Viktor Arvidsson off a feed from his new line mate, Connor McDavid. And, hey, go to the net, put your stick on the ice, good things happen.
Yeah.
McDavid finds Arvidsson. It's his 3rd of the season. McDavid's 34th assist of the year as well. Can he get to 100 assists in back-to-back seasons? That would be something be something to watch down the stretch. The Oilers up 1-0 through the opening frame of this hockey game, and they looked pretty good. Outshot the Senators 7-6. What's up, Nation citizens? If you like that video, then you need to be subscribed to the Oilers Nation YouTube. Podcasts, live shows, exclusive interviews, and analysis. Everything you need from your favorite voices at Oilers Nation. And you don't want to miss any of it, so hammer that subscribe button.